This is the news on You Call That Radio. Now, we like to cover the news, but primarily we're a music channel and we like to cover music. And one of my favourite types of music is rap music. Hip-hop, I would consider myself an expert in the music side of things. Not so much in the dancing side of things, but I feel like we had to cover this. And I know a lot of people have covered it already, but we've got new information, secret information, and we're going to be looking at some of the conspiracy theories that have resulted around Raygun, the Australian performer.
No, it was just with right, I need to stop trying to pull me into it, man.
Okay, so
At first when she came out, I thought it was she looked like a golfer.
She gave it her best, but that's not really what the Olympics is about. I mean, I could do my kind of Stone Roses Fool's Gold dance, you know, my Bad Bez impression. I could do something like that and still get the same amount of points as Australia. Zero. But the point of this video is not to bring down Raygun or any competitors, but it's just to ask the broader question about why she even got there. What was there a reason behind the performance? And how is this media spotlight going to affect the culture of breaking going forward? So we're just going to look at a few things. Was it a joke? Was it a protest? Was there a conspiracy? Is there privilege involved? Was her husband a judge? Is the media reaction just sexism? Can we even call this breaking? And what is the lasting legacy? I'm not an expert in dancing, as you can see, so I've got some experts. We've got Shelto Mel. Since I'm talking about breaking, I thought I would go to the expert. I'm with Shelto Mel right now. Thank you, Shelto Mel, for joining us on You Call That Radio. This is the news. So can we just start with just a brief background of how long you've been breaking for and what your experience is first?
Where I was from, there was no classes or anything, and there was no internet back then, so you just learned through video. So the only way that I could learn, I sort of got into it, that would have been early 90s probably.
And Chaz Bonner.
But I do just want to take a moment to address the Raygun situation,
who are B-boy and B-girl legends over here in Scotland. So first up, was it a joke? Now, I love a conspiracy theory, but I also hate fake news. So I'll just try to debunk some stuff and find out what's actually happening here. Now, one of the many theories floating about was that Raygun just wanted to have a laugh. She used her platform to get all eyes on her so she could make money by standing out for all the wrong reasons. You know, people were saying that she just wanted a free holiday and she was just improvising. Now, the more and more I look into this, I would say it's false. If she really wanted to make a joke, she could have just hopped around like a kangaroo for 3 minutes or something. But you can see some genuine athletic ability. I mean, everyone slagging her couldn't do what she done. So I do think there is a small amount of credibility to suggest that she might have got the wrong attention for doing this. And she's definitely set herself nicely up for chat shows, a tell-all book, a film, at least, maybe not a film, but a fringe run, at the very least. And people from the scene say that she's a respected member of the scene, but that the performance doesn't justify what Australia's all about. And, you know, unless the bad press has scared her off the jokes idea, then I think we should take her statement at face value. So let's just look at her statement here. In her first statement since the Olympics, Gunn said she gave her all and was shattered by the backlash she'd received. I just want to start by thanking all the people who have supported me. I really appreciate the positivity, and I was glad I was able to bring some joy into your lives. That's what I had hoped. So positivity, she wanted to bring joy. So she kind of knew it was a bit silly, it was a bit fun. And that's the thing, we're not slagging this. It was fun, it was a bit silly, it was a bit daft. So, yeah. While I went out there and had fun, I did take it very seriously. I worked my butt off preparing for the Olympics, and I gave it my all, truly. I'm honoured to be part of the Australian Olympic team and to be part of Breakin's Olympic debut. Raygun was defeated in all 3 bouts, failing to secure a single vote from any of the judges. So, I don't think it was a joke. Maybe unprepared. I think we can say it's false. I don't think she went up there and went, I'm just going to bring shame on Australia. I'm going to make breaking a laughing stock at the Olympics. I don't think there's any evidence to suggest that. There was enough athletic ability that we say it wasn't meant to be a joke. If you want it to be a joke, there's other things you could have done. But what can it be? What if it's not a joke? What is it? Is it a protest? Well, the problem with the protest thing, I've seen lots of people saying it was a protest, but the problem with the protest is it's not clear what she's protesting. If it was a protest about the judges or the Olympic process or the fact that breaking should not be in the Olympics, or it was against the bombing of Palestine or something like that. If it was any of those, by now she would have used her platform to explain what the protest was all about. So, we've got everything. She also said her sick moves got her to the Olympics and she couldn't compete with the power moves, so she chose her creativity and she makes all her own moves. So she's not backing down. 0 points and 0 backing down. So all credit to her. I mean, I'd kill for that level of confidence, man. I wish I had that confidence. And also, I just like to point out again, I can't do any of those sick moves. Apart from maybe the kangaroo and the sprinkler. I could probably give the sprinkler a bit of a go. So if it's not a protest, then is it an act of rich white privilege? Because surely Australia has better. Australia is a massive country. The Aussies love hip-hop. They definitely love rap music. So it's still not really adding up. But for this one, I think I'm going to go to an expert. Let's get Shel Tomel back into the conversation. What did you make of Raygun's performance?
Right, well, I'm going to say first and foremost that I'm not going to slag her because she shouldn't have been there, but the whole world is slagging her, right? But you need to check yourself. How does it make you feel good? Well, me personally, is it going to make me feel good? Like slating another woman? No. So I'm not going to slag her. She shouldn't have been there, but I'm going to say, I'm asking about the judges and stuff like that, because I've watched that footage where it was a qualifying battle, and the other B girl was much better. She had power, she had musicality, and it questions, well, how did she get through? But then you talk about money, cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money always, because I'll bring this up that I know someone who she was going to she did the judging kind of exam, and she had to pay £100 to do it, right? She did that, and then they asked her 3 months later to do it again, but then she would have to go overseas to do it. Now, a lot of people don't have money. She said no and didn't do it. But it's this thing of hip hop was birthed from people who had nothing, and it's another case of maybe who it's just like the WDSF. Have I got that right? WDSF or SDF. Sorry. They're like they were trying to get, I hear, like ballroom dancing in it. Like, now, why wasn't the hip hop OGs, like, why weren't they organising it? Why weren't they involved? Why weren't they judging? Because, like, to be honest, a lot of them, I was like, I don't know.
We're not going into like cyberbullying or anything like that. We're just trying to look at it from a point of view. Would you consider it breaking, or was it something else?
It had elements of breaking. There was like footwork, but there was no really any power moves. Like, she kind of, a lot of her stuff was in the floor. And it was I'm trying to be nice. It didn't have the energy and the oomph, really, or the musicality, or the power, the energy from the other people. If you look at Ayumi, right? She is 40 years old, or 41. I couldn't believe it when I saw her age. And she was killing it. Like, and this is the thing, like, not just her, like, you had Nika, Amy, who won it. They were incredible, but they should be the ones that are going viral, but they're not.
I did see one famous breaking OG who seen the positive side of it and was saying, at the end of the day, this viral moment has cast a light on it. So it could have been one of those things in the Olympics where nobody really sees it, especially because it was in Disney this year rather than normally you'll get them all on BBC. So his angle was that it's actually a positive, because now everyone's talking about breaking and people are maybe going, here, I would like to do that and maybe I could do it. if she can do it, if she can get the Olympics, then maybe I could one day get to the Olympics.
Maybe.
And that was the legendary Shelto Mel. And if you want to see the full interview with Shelto Mel, I'm going to put that up on the channel. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel, by the way. And we do the news, we do live music, we do live stream interviews, and we're also an audio podcast as well. It's all under the name You Call That Radio on the various social medias. I'll stick it all in the description anyway. So it was good to hear Shelto Mel's side of it. Check out the full interview. We're going to end with Chaz Bonner, who's a famous b-boy in Scotland. So we're going to finish on his view. Just a few final points I want to make. Was her husband a judge? The husband wasn't a judge, so we can say that was false. Is the media reaction just sexism? No, because if I jumped around like a kangaroo, I'd get slagged as well. The legacy is open for debate. So, but I think it just comes down to, there was a bit of rich privilege here. There was probably a lot of people who couldn't afford to do the qualifiers wherever they were. And I think there was an element of money and a bit of privilege involved to have the confidence and the ability to just go to the Paris Olympics and just have a wee mess about being creative. It actually sounds fun. And it's actually, good on her. She had her fun. She's went to Olympics. She's probably going to make a lot of money off the back of it. But let's just hope it's not as a result of breaking being demeaned, because the skill that's involved in breaking, it's one of the key elements to the hip-hop scene alongside rapping, DJing and graffiti artists. So I hope that people from the outside don't look at that and go, oh, this is an example of the best of breaking, because it's definitely not. But good on Raygun. I applaud the confidence. And yeah, I just think that hopefully there is lots of people who have went, I've never heard of this before, and they go and check out. I'm sure people that do breaking classes are getting more and more people wanting to join. I hope that's the case anyway. But what do I know? Let's finish with an expert. It's Chaz Bonner. Let's hear his take on it all. This has been You Call That Radio. This is the news. And this is Chaz Bonner.
But I do just want to take a moment to address the Raygun situation, because I really do feel for her. She should not have had the abuse that she's had, right? There were direct qualifiers across the whole world. There were 6 of them, and she won the Oceania qualifier, right? Now, of course, this is what happens in the Olympics when you have this universality approach, when you are being fair in who gets to qualify. Now, Raygun did everything she needed to win. I believe she came out and said something about wanting to make an impact and just wanting to be as creative as she was able to. And this is what's happened, right? Now, were there other people that could have had that spot? Yes. However, looking at the universality of it, she made her way there. She definitely deserved it. And really, guys, you just have to look at this and say, you know, some dancers don't get the opportunity to be around world champions. Some dancers don't get the opportunity to see what it really means to be competing at the elite level. And there are even some people in some of the other battles that experience the exact same thing. So you just have to think, don't just think about that small minority. Think about what else you saw. And honestly, it was amazing.
Untold Radio.